So Bud Light sales, they keep going down, down, down. Well, there have been some beneficiaries, including a brand new company called ultrarightbeer.com, which is seeing beer sales positively, absolutely explode. I'd like to welcome to the program Seth Wethers. He is the CEO and founder of ultrarightbeer.com. Seth, welcome. Good to see you, and congrats.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So what's been happening? I know you launched it rather recently, and in the last few weeks, it's just taken off like wildfire.
Yeah, we launched, I believe it was on April 13th. And within, I think, 17 days, we crossed over $1 million in sales, and we haven't looked back. And I think that this is, we're having the market is speaking. And I think they're sending a message to Bud Light or Budweiser in general.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I look at what's going on. We know they're down 26.1% in the latest week. 13% increase over at Miller Lite, 13% increase over at Coors Light. And then, as I said, they're down 26.1%. I'm wondering if that 0.1% happens to be you guys. I mean, people are looking for something different, right? And to me, this is sort of the beauty of capitalism, because you stepped in, you're offering something different. Tell us about you, your politics, your conservative values, and what inspired you to do this at this moment in time.
Yeah, well, obviously it came out of seeing the ad that Bud Light put out. And I said, look, there's got to be a line in the sand. And I've for years said that conservatives, we currently have zero capital in the corporate economy. And I've always said we have to zero in on one of these companies to send a message. And I understand we can't boycott everything. We'd have to turn off the mics and shut down the TVs because they're all made in communist China. I get that. However, we can say that we will never again buy an Anheuser-Busch product. We have to send a permanent message, and we have to have permanent economic harm to one of these companies for them to take conservatives seriously. Because the problem is, in the past, we've gotten upset. These corporations have dumped on us, but they don't care. They see us as a joke. We might skip 2 or 3 football games, but then we're right back in the stands. And they know that we come back, and they know we don't have an alternative in a lot of cases, which is why we created our alternative with ultrarightbeer.com.
So what's been happening? I know sales have been really good. You're in a whole bunch of states, but you get legal challenges, right? Because you have to kind of go through the rigmarole to be able to sell in all of these states. Where do you see this heading? I mean, you got a good headwind here. I don't know as any other beer company has started with a situation quite like this. What would you like to do with it?
Well, I think you're definitely right. I don't think there's ever been a beer company that started with this much brand ID almost overnight. I mean, we're somewhere between 75 million and 100 views on our ad in less than a month. And that you kind of can't buy that. And so, yeah, we are capitalizing on the attention with that. And through the attention that's had, so many people have gone to their local package stores, bars, restaurants, et cetera, and said, hey, do you sell Ultra Right beer? And so that's allowed us to get distributors lined up in every state. Yes, you have to jump through some legal loops to do so. But we're going to do it. We're simultaneously working on multiple states at a time, but it's a state-by-state process for the distribution. And we're ramping up the production. And so just all aspects of it. But the company is growing. And this is a company that will be around for hundreds of years at this point. We've got a national presence.
You're taking them on. What if they ever said, wait a second, we need to get rid of Bud Light because, this brand, we're going to retire the brand. And they came to you, Seth, and they said, hey, would you sell to AB InBev and join us? We'll give you the money. We'll give you the capital. Let's bring this audience back to beer. What would you say?
People probably wouldn't believe me, but I won't fully say it on your show, but it would be a giant FU.
Yeah, careful. We have rules here.
I know, but you can guess what that stands for.
Out, but I get it. Like it certainly would be. And then to be able to say that, like, hey guys, you know what? You squandered something in a huge way.
Yeah, I'm excited about what we're doing and realizing look, we're selling beer, and I want to sell the absolute best beer in the world. We're also a movement, though. We've had so much support from tens of thousands of people that are making all of this possible for us to do. And an idea that I came up with talking with Tommy Lahren the other day is we're going to actually start putting voting information when it comes around to election season in 24. We're going to put voter information on the cans. So you'll be able to scan it and you'll get, find out where, when, and how you need to vote. Because there's so many conservatives or what would be conservative voters that actually don't vote in elections. The numbers are huge. And if beer is the catalyst to get those people to pay attention and go vote, I'm all for it. So we're going to use this brand to spread the message of conservatism. We're not hiding from it. We're going to encourage people to vote the way that I think the majority of Americans at least believe. And we're going to do what we can to get those people to actually show up to the polls.
You're leaning in. You know, you hear Larry Fink, who's the CEO of BlackRock, talk about public partnerships, right? Public-private partnerships. And, realistically, basically, it means all the leftists that are running sort of woke America, partnering with all the leftists in government to kind of control stuff. So it sounds like you're trying to think about this innovatively to make sure conservatives have a little bit of a voice there. I'll be very interested to see what happens with you guys. So
we have a lot of plans and a lot of things to come that are pretty exciting, with some causes that we're going to be putting our money behind. Look, these other woke corporations, they're funding everything from porn in your kids' schools to everything else. We're going to be doing the opposite of that with organizations and things that we support. And so we're going to be the exact opposite of all these companies, including the fact that we're actually going to be good beer and they're not. So,
well, that's not a very high bar. I'm just going to say.
It is not.
I think I've had like 2 Bud Lights in my life and been like, no, thanks. All right, listen. Hey, it's great to see you, Seth. Congrats on what you're doing. I wish you all the success and keep us posted.
Great to be here.
ultrarightbeer.com. Go check it out.